Hello everyone and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I will be doing a reading for the sign of Leo for the month of April 2023. I hope all my Leo friends are doing well. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the moon clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. In the challenging position, we do have the Eight of Cups clarified by Death. In the present position, we have the Eight of Wands clarified by the Seven of Swords. And in the future outcome position, we do have the Nine of Wands clarified by the Ten of Cups. Very interesting spread. Let's get right into it. In the past position, we do have the Moon card, which is all about following your intuition. The Moon is also known as a card of uncertainty because you don't, when the Moon is out, you can't really see that well, and shadows play tricks, on your vision. So you have to trust your other instincts. You have to trust your hearing. You have to trust your touching, and so on. When you get the Moon card in the past position, it tells me that internally you felt a little bit like push and pull. You were changing your mind about the direction in which you needed to go, because you do have the Wheel of Fortune in the clarifying position, and the Wheel of Fortune is all about having a clear understanding of the direction in which you're moving. And so when you're kind of changing your mind, you keep wanting to go in a certain direction, but then you're like too scared because maybe it's not certain that you will have the victory that you want to have. So it's definitely a very strong combination, because the Moon and the Wheel of Fortune is both, these are major arcana cards. So the Moon is all about how you feel on the inside, and usually it points to lack of balance and a little bit of fear. It is the fear of the unknown, because you cannot see, something might be hiding in the shadows, and so your mind starts, creating things on its own, if you will. And so it's important to be very, very clear regarding the direction in which you're moving in. This is why you have the Wheel of Fortune, which does also bring, a certain amount of luck and a certain amount of change for the better. We do see that in the obstacle position, you have the Eight of Cups clarified by Death, which is interesting because both of these cards are letting me know that you are not wanting to let go of something in the month of April. There's some sort of a fear of change. There's some sort of avoidant behavior. There's holding on to something really, really strongly because that is what you know. And the new things is, the new chapter of your life, or a new relationship, or a new situation, can be unnerving at times. It can be scary to welcome new change into your daily life, because, it's hard to, our brains are wired in such a way, we like the routine, we like to have a certain amount of comfort, so we don't have to think about what we're doing, we just do it automatically. And so when there's a new routine, we have to figure out, things and kind of explore something new. And so it is important to open yourself to the universe, and it is important to open yourself to receiving something new that is coming into your life. It could be a new relationship, it could be a new situation, it could be something that is changing, and like perhaps a new career, or a new location where you would be living in a much more happier kind of environment, if you will. But it is important to address the fear, because that is what you are here on planet Earth to overcome. When you address the fear, you grow past your limitations. When you address the fear, you are kind of like, it's like graduating, you know? You overcome it. And so that is very important, to be able to unblock some sort of the blockage. Sometimes we have like a blockage of energy that prevents us from seeing something or moving forward, and so we have to meditate, we have to calm our mind down, and specifically find that moment of stillness, because that is when you are able to really kind of dig deep down, if you will. But in the present position, the good news is there is progress, because you have the Eight of Wands, which is a card of movement. You are moving forward. Things are finally, moving in such a way that you can see progress. There is good fortune ahead, because the Eight of Wands is a really positive card, and it's kind of helping you make your move. It's giving you that air under your wings. It's helping you manifest. It's helping you create something that will help you later on down the road. And of course, you do have the Seven of Swords in the clarifying position, which is interesting, because the Seven of Swords is generally viewed as a really positive card, because it gives you an advantage over everyone else. So there's something that's going to work out really well for you. But at the same time, with the swords, I always like to warn people that there's always some sort of a cost associated with the swords. So yes, you may have an advantage up front, but what is it going to cost later down the road? That is something that you always have to kind of be aware of and keep in the back of your mind. But the Seven of Swords is going to help you kind of get through the blockages and the obstacles. It's going to create progress for you. We do see that towards the end of the month, you're feeling very protective, because you have the Nine of Wands clarified by the Ten of Cups. The Nine of Wands is definitely about having strength and resilience and courage, and having that realization that this is the last push, that this is the last obstacle, that this is the last kind of hurdle that I need to kind of go over in order to receive the ultimate, the what you're striving for, if you will. You're definitely protecting something that is very important to you. It could be that you're protecting a group of friends that mean a lot to you, or family, or maybe co-workers. You're definitely in the very protective mode type energy towards the end of the month, dear Leo. Let's see what we can clarify with the two energy oracle cards that I pulled earlier today. And we have financial constraints, and we also have indecision. So definitely, with the financial constraints, as you know, things have been tough in the economy, and so you have to kind of see where you can save or budget, where you can make a dollar or whatever currency you have kind of last more. Definitely repurposing things will help you minimize the financial constraints. Definitely thinking outside the box as well. Maybe maybe having asking your friends for assistance with something so that you don't have to necessarily pay for it. There's definitely ways of making a little bit of money online. There's many different jobs that you could have, from like playing video games and getting paid, and I mean, there's so many varieties. There's so many varieties out there. I know that Amazon has a lot of like affiliate marketing programs, so you could look into that to help you offset some of the financial constraints. Maybe there's something you could sell, maybe you could apply for a loan, maybe you could do something that will help you think outside the box in order to kind of figure out a plan, a budget that is workable for you, that is doable, that is something that you can actually be able to kind of get back on track later on in the year. There's definitely a card of indecision as well, which tells me that there's something you're going back and forth on. And this is why you have the Eight of Cups here, and the Death, as well as the Moon. These cards are kind of pointing to fear of change, but also changing your mind, not really feeling sure. Do I want to go in this direction or do I want to go in that direction? And sometimes, those are really tough choices, but at the same time, there's really no wrong paths, So even if you go down the path that, you may feel is not ultimately right, you can always find your way back to the place that makes you feel happy. And there are a lot of times when you go down a path you think is best, only to find out that it's actually, an illusion. So, it's important to weigh things, consider things, but ultimately listen to your inner voice, and for that you have to be able to meditate, and at some point you just have to make a decision and just stick with it. Once you decide something, that's that, and you just move forward, because you can't sit in limbo for too long. And the last card we have is the Mystical Wisdom card that I pulled, and we have Dragonfly, live life to the fullest. Very, very important to remember that, just go for it. Sometimes you learn so much from the mistakes, and the mistakes actually turn out to be incredible, incredible blessings. So it's really important to remember what your values are. It's really important to remember what your goals are, and it's really important to just go for it and not allow fear of change to hold you back, and not allow yourself to avoid something that you don't like. Just address it head on, move past it, or the other option is to outgrow, because that's how you deal with problems. You either deal with the problem, you take care of it, or you outgrow the problem where it no longer is a problem. It may still be around, but it's just not a problem for you because your perspective has changed, because your mental aptitude is much stronger. So that's important to remember, dear Leo. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. Don't forget to visit me on Instagram, and I will see you soon.